Well, today started out with trying to figure out why there was acid leaking out of the battery. Um, when we were out at the lake, we had about 13 volts when we first put the boat in, and then it jumped up to about 16. And I kind of wrote that off as maybe a bad connection or something else, but something definitely to take a look at. And the more I've researched Max and his counterparts, essentially there is no voltage regulator. Apparently the voltage regulator, from what I understand, is the battery itself. So a little bit mystified as what's going on. I had him the battery right up there against the transom, and it was at a little bit of an angle, and so I'm wondering if I had it at enough of an angle and the battery was new and full, and that's why some of the acid leaked out. But anyhow, I spent the morning with a little bit of baking soda scrubbing out the bilge and trying to kill the acid and get that taken care of. So anyhow, that's kind of an ongoing research project of mine. I've started another thread on that, and basically the results I've got back is, so far, it's either a bad battery, or I guess maybe I had it tilted at an angle where it all drained out. So anyhow, the other where I started out today was to put the carpet in, which turned out pretty good. I'm really happy with it. I was really dreading it, but I think for the most part it turned out really good. You can kind of see up here, I had to put two relief cuts up here in the bow. One right there, and you can probably see this one a little bit better. One over here, and it's basically just because of the curvature of the bow. I mean, you couldn't stretch it any more than I had stretched it, so. But, time you get back here, you can't really see any of it, so that turned out really good. And the other thing I did was put in the stereo. And I tucked it in back behind the remote control, basically knowing that all the functions I wanted to control I could do right here. And if you remember my wiring diagram, I have a radio master switch, and you can turn it on right here. And
relationship today and whether trouble lies ahead. All right, don't miss this. What makes the How We Met story so important?
These are a couple of
the early days of a relationship are the most romantic and
use a mute that I've had sitting around my garage for probably 15 years. Anyhow, they're a couple of clip speakers that I bought in, say, 1989 or so, that were Marine speakers and have never used for anything else. So anyhow, that worked out pretty good. Tomorrow I'm going to try to build some speaker boxes for those, and I went ahead and ran wiring for speakers in the back, and hopefully we'll figure the battery deal out. And I'm also working on trying to figure out the ski pylon deal. First of all, trying to figure out how to anchor it here, and then the second thing is Max actually tilts so far forward. I'm going to have to put some kind of limit switch on him, or limit warning thing or something, because he'll actually tilt so far forward that he'll hit the ski pylon, which he really doesn't need to tilt that far forward. That just happens to be the way, the range of motion, I guess. But anyhow, got to figure that deal out too. So a couple of you said something about being done. Not even close. We still have a ton of stuff to do, including put in the depth finder and the fuel gauge, and I still have to figure out where the fuel tank goes. So hopefully most of you guys are actually out on the lake enjoying the weekend, unlike me sitting in the shop. But hopefully I'll be out on the lake next weekend. Matter of fact, I know we'll be. It may not be done, but I'll be there. So talk to you soon.